Alrighty. Hey guys, as with every single week, it is 8 o'clock, which means we are well on our way to start practicing for this week. Alrighty, so for today's session, I'm not really feeling anything in particular. I'm thinking I might just start out with doodling some stuff for a character, a D&D character, of mine, that I've never played before. So this is just going to be like a rough concept thing maybe, but if I get bored I might switch to something else. I'm not really sure yet. As of right now, I'm just kind of focused on making sure I draw for my 2 hours today. You see, sometimes it's okay to not have a specific set plan in mind. Sometimes it's just feeling into the groove of what feels nice in that moment, and getting something to paper regardless of what it is. I just recently saw an artist that like genuinely inspired me, named Night Zhang. I love her style. It's pretty dang cool. And so I'm gonna use a similar brush that she tends to use. I love her line weight and her application of blacks and whites to suggest so much shadow and shading and character. So I'm gonna play with that a little bit today, but honestly, this has been one of those weeks where I'm having it a little bit rougher. So instead of coming in here trying to get something executed and done, instead, I'm just gonna play loose with it, loose and fast, and we'll see how far we get. So, yeah. So let's see what kind of pen I want to get. I found this, the real G pen in this program, I kind of undersold it to myself. I actually really like the texture that it has. Like, look at how nice that looks. Almost like an inking. I like that. It's pretty sick. So I've been playing a lot with that lately. I did like a cute little like Zeb Strika thing sometime during the week that I was just testing it out. And I like it. But anyway, I apologize if I'm all over the place this week. Like I said, a little bit of a lot going on in my brain, so I'm gonna try my best to try to stay somewhat coherent, at least, for you guys. So yeah. I'll admit, I came home from work today, and I really wasn't in much of a streaming mood, but it's important to stay consistent, and it's important to find reasons to enjoy it, you know, like, there's always gonna be those days where you just genuinely don't feel like it, and sometimes it's okay to just like sit back and not worry about it, but I don't exactly get nights like this off free and easy so often, and so I really try to take advantage of my Thursday, get something in, even if it's nothing at all, like what I'm drawing right now. I'm actually just warming up a little bit. On Thursdays, I usually have a little bit of time after work to kind of warm up and figure myself out on my tablet, but today we're just taking it easy, so we're gonna warm up together. So what I like to do is a bunch of like random shapes like this all attached together and just focus on how the shape feels rather than professing something in specific. So I'm not actually drawing anything right now. I'm simply playing off of the shapes that come to my brain as they happen, and going from there. So I'll do that to kind of get my creativity going. I also practice my circles and my straight lines. So here we go. One of the things that I've done since like high school is I'll make like 3 circles and then pretend like I know where the actual midpoint of the circle is, right? And then try to create straight lines that lead directly there. But you see I start out kind of rough, but I get better as I go. I don't know. It's just something that works for me. I also will do like triangles. Try to hit it, and the goal is to go fast. You're not trying to make a perfect slow line, right? Like if I really wanted to make it slow, I could, but I'm not. What I'm trying to do is warm up my hand. And the best way to do that is get it active. So I'm gonna try. This is actually a really difficult spot for me to get to. I'm gonna play off it a little bit. Sometimes I'll even combine the two exercises. Like I'll start with this and then I'll start trying to add little shapes and things on the inside. Okay. That's better. Okay. So this character I was thinking about, let's see, I actually think I might... Yeah, I'm gonna go pretty thick with my brush today, because I'm not focused on details just yet. This character, so my buddy has this world that she created, that she wants to kind of test out in D&D, where she has her own magic system, which is quite the undertaking. If you know how to play D&D, you know the magic system is pretty insane, and so props to her for being willing to take it on. But in this world, everyone has magic, not just some people, and so it's the kind of magic that kind of speaks to who you are. And I, in my absolute edgy degeneracy, I actually usually try to avoid, like, just flat out edgy characters, because, you know, there's always that one person that's playing it for whatever reason. So I usually try to do something that's a little bit different than what you'd expect, but this time, no. This time, Kaya is deciding that she gets to be the one that does the prototypical character, as you will, and so I am playing a little rogue fox named Dakota. And so I'm just trying to get some basic shapes down here. This won't even be a final piece. I'm just trying to remember some of the lines. See, everybody's in the circle. Beep, beep, beep. Still warming up, I can tell. Okay. So let's see. I'm just gonna make a little doodle page of Dakota. What I'm thinking here is, so Dakota does levitation magic. So kind of like telekinesis kind of idea, where it's all focused on making things float and objects move, except she can be one of those objects. And so it gives her a lot of boons as a rogue, because she has essentially an ability to have like a kind of fleet of foot, kind of like haste, or any of that kind of stuff that makes her faster, more nimble on her feet. One of the design choices I'm trying to decide, though, is whether or not I want to, like, have her eyes open like this, or if I want to have it, like, almost squinty instead. I definitely want to, like, accentuate eye dots, though. Make really expressive eye dots and smaller eyes. Foxes have really large ears. Like, I know people draw foxes with really big ears anyway, and you don't want to go so far that, like, it's fennec fox territory, but still. They have some really freaking big ears. I also find it interesting how cheek tufts form in foxes versus wolves versus coyotes. I did a small, like, look-up study with Art of Aaron Blaze, which if you haven't heard of him, you should definitely check him out. He has a lot of tutorials and things like that for all kinds of stuff, but he's known for his work on Brother Bear and things like that. He used to work for Disney. But sometimes I will look up how he kind of breaks down shapes. It really does make a difference knowing how to break stuff down. Our part is making sure a fox looks like a fox and not a wolf. Wolves have a thicker nose, like it's taller, right? It's not as like pointed down, and then they have this kind of lip that comes up that dogs have that foxes don't. So I draw a lot of wolves, so I'm gonna do my best not to accidentally draw wolves here. So actually, I'm gonna exaggerate this further. I'm gonna make this nose even smaller, and this come to even more of a point. That's better. That's better. Okay. Something too is like they have this like interesting mouth shape where it's almost sharper. Let's have all their little like nose dots like right here and more pronounced whiskers. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna try, now that I've kind of got some basic shapes down to play with. I want to make sure I really understand the shapes that I'm using here. See, I'm already trying to make this nose too big. This is not a wolf, this is a fox. Okay. I struggling today. Man, sometimes it can be really really difficult to balance a 9 to 5 with what you've got going on, trying to make it out there at home. I actually graduated back in 2021 with an animation degree. And I've been trying, well, not since necessarily. I tried for about 2 years to get hired. And really just had tough luck. I had everything else going for me, but unfortunately it just wasn't in the cards, I guess. And I've been trying to make it on my own ever since, but I'll tell you what I do miss the most is having the time to be able to just do nothing but art. When you're an adult and you gotta start, you know, taking care of yourself, make sure there's food on the table and everything. Unfortunately, unless you've got a good business going and everything already, there's not really a good way to put food on the table, just drawing things. And so I take commissions and things like that, but it's surprisingly difficult to be able to get a good customer and client base that actually, you know, is consistent enough that you can live off of it, especially right now. So I did it for a little bit though. There was a little bit of time where I actually was self-employed, and that's what I did, was take commissions. And it worked for about a month and a half, and then I unfortunately ran out of funds. Just didn't have the client base, you know. So I will try again when I feel like I'm ready again to take on that, you know, hop on the saddle. Right now, though, I have to work this 9 to 5, so that way I can do what I'm doing now. But boy, can it be hard. You spend all day thinking about, you know, what you could be doing at home if you were just working on what you loved. And it can be demotivating in a lot of ways, and it can make work feel like it's miserable to go to. But sometimes we just have to remember that, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit of hard work and elbow grease to get where you want to go. So may not happen now, but doesn't mean it'll never happen. I'm trying to decide, if you can't tell. Trying to decide what kind of style I want to go in with her. Do I want to do something more my, like, usual shtick, which is, like, realistic like this? Or something a little bit more chibi? So, next one I'm going to do is even more cutesified. Mm-hmm.
Let's put some gravy on it.
Damn. Sometimes when I listen to this stuff, it cracks me up, the kind of voice clips they put in there. I mean, she did say to put some gravy on it. Hold on. Let's put some gravy on it. Y'all. Get your gravy pictures. Let's put some motherfucking gravy on it. There we go. That little fucking retarded gravy picture. Hold on. Gravy. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Okay. I kind of like the idea of her eyes being closed more. So I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm gonna bring this one back. Now I do want... Let's see. To do an actual body sketch. So let's start with laying the base box down. Have you seen those people that can just like straight up, like, no base work needed, draw from nothing kind of folks? Like, those are crazy, dude. I don't know how people do that. I want to be there. I want to be able to do that at some point, but as for me right now, yeah, no, I'm gonna need my base building, my sketch layer underneath. I definitely want to give her that kind of like feeling like she's standing on her toes all the time, you know what I mean? But I want to give her a good silhouette. So let's back that up. Hips don't lie. Hell yeah. But no, like, foxes have really freaking long tails. Their tails are just, they just keep going. Like, if you've seen a fox run in a straight line in the wild, it because of how fast they go, it almost looks like their tail is as long as their body. It's crazy. Hmm. I like that, but your head's a little off. There we go. Now, what if we stretch this out here this way? Okay. Now, foxes' faces are like halfway down. I'm gonna break the rules for a minute. Forgive me. I'm not gonna worry about perspective for the moment. Hold on. It may amount to nothing, but let's see.
troublemaker. Let's put some gravy on it.
That must be like their call tag or something, cause like, bro, they really want you to put some gravy on it. Okay. Rogues definitely gotta have their hood. Can't be a rogue without it. Actually, no, she looks kind of junky. Hold on. Let's just go stylized. Maybe it'll look like trash. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's find out together. Let us discover. I do want to say I was going for a black marble-y kind of fox as well. So these are all going to be like darker colors. Let's get rid of this. This goes right here. Here, make it look less like a fat roll. More like some kind of hood. I did get a basic sketch down in my... I did some playing around in my sketchbook over how I want this to look, so I'm not entirely pulling this from nothing, but... Alright, chat, how much of a furry do I make her versus just a standing animal? Oh! Hi, how's it going, Izzy? I wanted to feel feminine, but I also don't want to be like booba. Alright. Let me actually bring her back just a bit. There we go. Let's see. Next step. This nice little front tabard going on here. More booba. Yeah, that's exactly right. Listen, I may have drawn many a furries in my lifetime, but this, I'm not trying to make a furry out of this one. Let's see. I want it to like cinch nicely. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, it's gotta match the other one now. So let me bring this out more. Sounds like a goat. You hear that? Maybe I turned it up a little bit. I don't sound crazy. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Listen. Listen. Just because it has fluffy animal syndrome does not mean that it's not deadly. I can't help it. It's a part of my DNA. I spent the mid 2010s neck deep in furry shit. Arms. No hands. Arms chopped. That's it. Elbozo. Actually gonna change this shape just a little bit. Thank you. Alright, appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, when I originally drew it, I was like just goofing around because like wolves have that little bit of like cream and tan at the end, and then afterwards I was like, oh shit, that's a pencil. So I'm not as smart as you may think I am. That was completely unintentional, but I'm gonna pretend like it was because I have the biggest brain. Okay. I see the error of my ways. I appreciate you. I do have a beautiful brain. Listen, when I'm at work, this is where my brain is. I spend all of my brain cells on it. Anytime I fuck up a car, it's because of this. Okay. We're just gonna do just a light suggestion. A fist here. Let me try to decide. I actually might change this arm here. Nah, that feels weird. That elbow's too low, is what I'm actually seeing here. So, trying to fix it. Okay, bye-bye. See you tomorrow. There we go. Much better. I always have this tendency of, like, giving them lankier arms when they probably should be shorter. Ugh. Let's see. This actually, what's wigging me out is these need to be longer. And remember, kids, your hand should go about halfway down your thighs. If not, then you're a little special. Okay. Think I probably need to raise this cape some, because it kind of ruins the shape of the pants. So let's bring this up a little bit. Hmm. Even though I know her hip doesn't go out that far, I might just put that there anyway to help accentuate that it's not weirdly all leaning the same way. Okay. Okay, so what do I like and what do I not like about this? Let's actually do an exercise. Doo -doo -doo. There we go. See, I like those shapes. Yeah. Cause it kind of makes it feel like I don't know. What do you think? Do you guys think you can kind of tell? It definitely gives that kind of fit vibe. Cause the shapes that I'm seeing here is like almost like a diamond for the chest, little connector between this down here. This down here. Those are the shapes that I'm seeing. And I think that communicates pretty well. Like, if you were looking at that, I'd say, I don't know, I feel like that's pretty foxish. But let's, let me bring this down some. Let's try a few different poses here to see if we actually really like this. Okay. Actually taking a pose from Google here really quick, just to see how this flows through. Okay. So this is based off of the pose that I found from DeviantArt by Ingonix, but I'm going to now tweak it. I'm going to make it my own a little bit here. So I like the idea of the center point being down here. I think definitely she's going to be levitating her weapons. So let's go ahead and... First of all, make this more balanced. Make more sense. Oop. Yep, we're gonna do that. She's gonna be leaning pretty heavy on that back leg. So let's do this. There we go. We want it to feel like the weight is correct. So I'm actually gonna shift her head up a little bit more. I'm gonna bring this leg up more, because I want to exaggerate this bitch. I want it to feel pretty dynamic. Okay. Just so I don't forget that that's that's in front of, not behind. Okay. Now what do I want our other arm to do? I might just actually have it tuck instead. Like she's like really winding up. So let's have a little fun with this. Let's see. I'm gonna change this leg again. Because I want this now to feel like it's compensating. Because what we're seeing here is a point, and a point, and a point, right? So it has that kind of rhombus feel to it. Okay, so let's see if we can make that into an actual pose. That tells me how off her eye is. Okay, hold on. There we go. I think I gotta make this tighter. Yeah, something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect right now. It's a little bit pointier, actually. There we go. And then, let's see. Oop, didn't want to do that.
だったらその殺気を引っ込めてくれねえか。ここでやろうってんなら別に構わねえけどな。
It's gonna wrap pretty tight around because she's turning her head so far. Actually, do that instead. Okay, now we're gonna actually center this better on where her face actually rests in the sketch. There we go. Okay, and then it would bunch quite a bit up here. I'm starting to like this. Starting to like this. Hard part's gonna be figuring out that midsection. I'm not entirely confident in that undersketch. Okay. Maybe if I bunch it up a little bit since it's being turned. Starting to like that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, and then we need to bunch her belt at the hips. It's gonna be really bunched right there. That's actually a good question. It has to be higher than her tail. So I might actually scoot this up. Let's see. Push this up a little bit. I want it to feel like it's overlapping. Let's see. Brain, think. Okay, here we go. We'll mess with that squiggly hand later. I can't decide how I want to do it. Yeah, we'll back that up. It's okay. There we go. Okay. I want to push this out just a little bit more. I want to make sure the shape feels nice. We got our baggy pants here, so okay. I think I see what I did wrong here. Hold on. Yeah, this is supposed to be like this. There we go. Remember, kids, perspective's important. Hmm. See, but the actual foot needs to go like this. I swear, guys. I normally can draw toe beans, I swear. There we go. Definitely gonna revisit that, but for now it works. Okay. There we go. There we go, chat. Ah, yeah. Okay, wait. Is she three? Yeah, she three finger. Come on now. We gotta have Disney class. Okay. So now we just yeah, a little bit too long. Not sure where this Halloween shit's coming from, but I'll take it. I'm biting. You know, yeah, it's too flat that way. Mm-mm-mm. Chat, we'll call it good enough for now. Listen. Hands suck. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so the butt's down here, right? Then cheeks, right? That actually means... Oops. It would start right here. I'm gonna try to have nice, strong, confident lines here. I'm actually gonna curve this more. Like that. Maybe? Let me see how that looks without the sketch. Yeah. So let's widen the base just a little bit more. Okay. I do want to learn how to be more heavy, have heavier variations on my line weight. So, I do want to go back and add some depth to certain, excuse me, certain things. Okay, and then I do need to add her little thingy, which would wrap like this. Right? Maybe not that straight, maybe. Although it is a nice line. Let's see. If it were that long, it would go that far. It not that long though. Probably more like that. Yeah. There we go. I wonder if I need to push that even more. And by extension, push this just a little bit more because we don't want that to tangent. I'm liking this. Okay. Yeah. See, all we were doing was diddly doodling, but we went from nothing to this, and I'm pretty happy with that. Just want to 100% be sure she's balanced. Because if she doesn't feel balanced, then it ruins the whole thing. Alright. It's time for the dreaded flip. Oh god. Okay. I don't wanna... Ah! She looks pretty damn solid. The only part is her hand. Everything else looks good. And actually, since we're here, let's actually want to bring this down even more. How do I do that hand? It's not bad. Like, I could make that pass, but it's gonna bother me if I do. Okay. But I'm really liking the rest of this. Let's actually, I'm gonna turn this because I want to add more weight to the bottom of this. I kind of like how that looks. Hell yeah, I like that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save this because I literally haven't saved at all. And then go from there. Okay. Now, in my original design, these actually were more, I had more here. Like, these were longer, and the bag didn't start until, like, further down. But I think I kind of like it like this. Just better shape for it to go all the way down to this cinching point instead of like up here. Since I'm doing her legs like that. What do you think? Oh! Hi, Venice! It looks really good. I'm just trying to decide if it's actually balanced. Okay. Let's fix that hand, huh? It's not bad, but could be better. Something's wrong about it, and I'm not sure what it is. You know what? I think maybe. Oops. Or maybe. That might work. Let me look. I think it's really close. I think now if I just change the thumb to match. I don't know, folks. Okay, I think we're getting closer. Now, let me try this theory real quick. No. My finger may do that when I look at it, but maybe if I stipulated more of the separation here. I think it looks better for sure, but like, I'm worried. See, I've been staring at it long enough now that I feel like it just looks like a really like mangled mess. I can't tell anymore. Fuck. Okay, well, I'm gonna move on and come back again. Now here's the question. Do I want to do a whole page of this kind of stuff? Or am I content with just this? Because, like, this could really slap on its own, but... I probably could do a whole page. Not tonight. I only got 20 minutes left of the stream, but... I feel like I could do a whole slew of dynamic poses. Let's see. Here's a... See, but I don't want that to feel weird, though. Maybe I put it further up the tail than I thought. I'm just trying to get the basic line down. Yeah. That's the line. Okay. Look at that perfect stroke. What the fuck? If I was doing something simpler, I would have just kept that, but... I do want to give her the, like, sharp change of direction that fox mouths tend to have. Let's see. Yeah, because I like how the direction feels when you do that. See, now I'm just refining. I didn't expect this to come out so well, so there you go. There, clean up her face a little bit. Okay, go ahead and save. I think the last thing that I need to do to feel like I've finished the pose out is her weapons. Just looking up some references here really quick. Okay. Alright, taking a book out of Naruto, let's go! Mm-hmm. Actually, hold on. Trying to decide what shape I want to do for my shuriken. Don't worry, I'll make this even at some point. It's just a sketch. Okay. That to be the centerpiece. Alright, 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes left. And then we'll be done. We'll have our 2 hours in. Trying to decide where to put these to make it aesthetic. don't want it to feel like a line. Yeah, it feels like a line. So I want to put a fourth one down. I also don't want it to feel like a box. So let's see. Maybe if I put this further down here and I pull this more up here. And then we have okay, I need to change this so I can make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Something like that. Yeah, because this is all this is sketch layer. So let's do this. Something like that, and then let's see. I do want to create like, oh, but it's invisible. That's right. Only its hands. I remember that. So one of the interesting things about how the magic system works here is that essentially the levitation aspect, so no one can see it except for people who have that kind of ability, and it looks like some kind of like either like the earth itself moving things or like hands coming out of the earth moving things in the form of magic. So normally I'd be like, ooh, cool magic shit, right? But no one can see that technically for her, which means that it would be like a whole bunch of hands doing that shit. So instead, I will just center it a little bit by making it swirly. Okay. We'll just leave it at that for now. I'm sure I can embellish it even more. Of course I can make the actual weapons look even nicer than they already do. Okay. But for now, I mean, considering the fact that I went from original digital sketch to this so far in about 2 hours, that's not bad at all. Made some pretty significant progress on how I actually want this to look in the end. And of course, you know, there are little trinkets and things that I can add to give it a little bit more personality and whatnot. And all that. And it is a back shot, so, you know, some of the frontal part of the design isn't necessarily going to be there, but it's important to be able to draw your character from multiple perspectives, because a lot of times what people end up doing is designing a character that unfortunately doesn't necessarily function in anything more than the front perspective. So, you know, things like knowing, okay, since in the front it has the split shoulder kind of, what do you call it? You know, not cape, shawl, that's what I'm thinking of, shawl. Comes to a point at the end instead of split like in the front. Little things like that. Figuring out what to do with the tail since I have the little belt binding, and I kind of just caved and said, you know, whatever, it comes through the belt anyway. But making those decisions is important to be able to draw them in a 3D space. So, as always, I might come back to this on another stream, I don't know. It just kind of depends, but honestly, to me, this just speaks to a lesson, you know? You can come into a drawing session feeling like you don't really want to do it today, and you're not really up for it, and you're not in the mood, you don't have the energy, and all these bajillion reasons, but when you really do sit down, sometimes all it takes is just getting into that flow state and getting into that mode of creating to remember why you love it so much. So, with that being said, it is 10:01, ladies and gentlemen, and so I am going to head out now for the evening, but thank you for joining me, however brief or long you managed to stick around. I'm looking forward to next week where we can keep on going. I gotta say though, it's been a month. Been a month of streaming, so 1 month down, many months to go. Hopefully this thing continues going the way that it does, and you know, if you guys have any other future questions, comments, concerns, or if there's any specific kind of piece that you want to see from me, any characters that you want to see come back, just let me know. I honestly, making these characters and things, for me, the biggest deal is knowing that not only is the character cool to me, but it's cool to you too. That means a lot. That means the world to creators like us. You know, because my main thing is storytelling. I love to tell stories, DMing and all that kind of thing. So this is the medium with which I tell those stories, and if someone else likes that story too, it feels pretty dang good. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will be streaming next week as is per scheduled on Thursday. It's every Thursday from 8 to 10 o'clock. We're going to try that out for a while and see how it fares. I may adjust the time around, make it a little longer, a little shorter. It's whatever you guys feel like, but I feel like 2 hours is just long enough to get into the flow state of things. But if you guys want more, just let me know. So I will be seeing you guys next week, and thanks for joining me. Peace out.